Alright, so we had somebody on YouTube comment down below. They want to be the necromancer for the morgue. I'm pretty sure I know where they're going with this. Like, build an army out of the undead, you know, type of sort of thing. But, that's the only thing they said was their name was Dr. Groc. They are a necromancer. The occupation is the morgue in the arena. Let me write down arena so I would make sure. Okay, so that is all we got. So right now we're going to see what type of race they are and if they're male, female, or alien. Let's go ahead and spin them both at the same time. An alien merfolk. Wow. An alien merfolk. Okay, so merfolk, that also means they actually have water-based attacks. And then we're going to see how good they are with that. And the alien, that means I'm going to have to make another wheel for alien. Alright, sweet. So far it's looking pretty good. Alright, so I made an alien wheel. So we're going to have all this stuff like this one right here. If you follow the cursor, agility plus 1 spin. That means whatever agility I'm going to get later on, we're going to add 1 more to it. And we get to spin this wheel again. So we're going to keep going until, let's say, +2. So we get +2 spins right here. There's a +3 somewhere. There's also a +4 somewhere. So let's see what alien attribute this guy's going to get. Shape-shifting eyes. That's not really useful. Well, I mean, like, kind of is. Like, so if you go to goat's eyes, their eyes are kind of elongated sideways, so they can see more peripherals beside them. Or you can turn to a cat where you can... Sorry, I was getting a phone call. Or you get a cat's eyes where you can see further straight ahead, or night vision. I mean, that's kind of useful. He also is able to breathe underwater because he is a merfolk. So let's see how good he is with his water abilities. Alright, so we're at the mastery wheel, so we're going to see how good he is with his water skills. He's laughable. That's why he's in the morgue. There's no water around him, so nobody is able to even know he does do stuff. So, yep, there goes that. That kind of checks out on the morgue part. Alright, so now we're going to go to the personality of this Dr. Groc.
Don't even touch the ground.
Alright, so they're an alien merfolk with shape-shifting eyes, water, breathe underwater, but he has laughable things. So to me, this is going to be like a lonely guy or alien. So let's see what it's going to land on. Another comic relief. Okay. That is same thing as the dwarf as we just had not long ago. But yeah, he's a comic relief. But that's what the spinner says, so I'm not gonna keep changing it. If we got a bunch of comic reliefs, it'll just be more of a comedy than a fantasy thing. So I decided to add another wheel to make these stories more different. This is like ungodly powers that they don't have any control over, like a god or a mystical being is over them. And they control this power. The user does not control it. There's good ones and bad ones. So let's see what this is. Ooh, Deep Enclave. Okay. God. Deep Enclave. Let me just write that down. Explores dark depths of the mind. So he's a mortician. He explores the darks of people's minds, but yet he's a comic relief. This guy's gonna do like a lot of dark humor, like a lot of humor you should not say out loud. You know, let me write that down as a note. Dark humor. Oh, I don't know if I'm liking this guy so far though. Alright, let's go to some strengths. So the left side is how strong he is. The other side is showing like how much stamina he has. But if it doesn't correlate with each other, like universal strength, but he has weak stamina, that means he has like one good punch and that is it. But if we opposite, he has the strength of air, but he has unlimited amount of stamina. So it just depends on what it is. But more than likely, I'm just gonna keep it at normal unless it like changes really well. Okay, so normal fish, the strength of a fish. Honestly, that matches really well because he is a merfolk. Alright, he's a fish, strength of a fish with normal stamina. Okay. He's a merfolk. So I guess that's an insult? I don't really know. Alright, so this is the speed one. So first one we're going to do is on land speed, and then the second one we're going to do swimming speed, because he does have breathe on the water. So it just depends on how fast he can go underneath the water, basically. So the first one we're going to do is land speed, and this has the stamina. Walking speed. Walking speed with superhuman stamina. Alright, so the next one we're going to do the swim speed. I really hope it's better than walking. I'm going to keep it here. Running speed. Just 2 more instances. Yeah, so I'm going to keep the stamina on superhuman. Because why would I have superhuman with walking and then, yeah. So he has superhuman stamina, but his speed is walking on land and then slightly bit faster in the water. I mean, like, that kind of checks out, I guess. Alright, so we're going to do the durability next, because durability would tell us how many weaknesses he's going to have. Alright, so, weaknesses for my merfolk necromancer. And all weaknesses. Okay, so 1 hit dead. 1 hit dead. Afraid of everything. So, with him being a necromancer, let's have him... but he's the comic relief, though. So let's have an extra ability that I'm going to put in. He is... I'm just going to say his intelligence is cunning, because he's doing necromancy. So let me go omnipotent. Omnipotent. Like, he's, like, very smart, like, one of the most intelligent beings at all. But 1 hit, he's dead. Afraid of everything. Omnipotent. Okay. So that kind of checks out, because that way it'd be more of a story, like, he can be like Conqueror did in Naruto, where he had a puppet come and feel in form, and then they think Conqueror's dead. It turns out, oh, hey, it was a puppet. He can probably do the same thing, so he can probably, like, change, have a zombie come out in a robe and everything, it's him, but then it's not him. He's actually somewhere already on the battlefield. You know, something stupid like that. Actually, he's not fighting, so I don't know why I did that. Yeah, he's not fighting. He's going to be in the morgue. He's probably going to build an army or something. But yeah, I'm going to make him very smart. Alright, so even though he is working in the morgue, we still going to give him a weapon. Because, you know, this is a tough town. Everybody's going to be fighting somebody sooner or later. So let's see what type of weapon Necromancer has. A rune blade. So that's how he does it. He put runes on a rune blade to make them... Yeah, there we go. Okay, great. So that's what he uses. He uses a rune blade. So that's how he controls and summons the dead. He stabs a dead person, they come back to life under his control. That is very interesting. Alright, so we're going to see how tall this merfolk is. 20 foot tall. Yeah, he's working in the depths. He's freaking tall. 20-foot tall merfolk. He is the king of merfolk. He is doing something. He is in the abyss. He's in the sewers. I don't know what he's doing, but that's a pretty damn big morgue. Then again, this is probably the capital of the whole thing, so it probably is a big one. So yeah, they made a very big, specific one for him. Yeah. Woof, that's a big boy. That is a very big boy. Alright, so last but not least, I believe is the last one, is the outfit. What is this 20-foot tall merfolk necromancer gonna be wearing? Please let it be like a samurai or something. Inverted cathedral, stained glass embedded in flesh. Holy shit, that sounds cool. So inside his flesh, he's not really wearing much of anything, but it's like broken cathedral glass. Stained glass embedded in flesh. Okay, so he just gained another ability. Light-based attacks are reflected. There we go. So basically, if he gets like flashbanged or something, he won't get stunned at all. All the light be bounced off to the person who did it. Like, you know, or you have like a light sword, you go and attack him, it'll just bounce right off. Yeah, that actually pretty kind of cool. 20-foot tall, stained cathedral glass merfolk. That sounds awesome. Alright, welcome to Dr. Groc. This is what I got right here. So for the height of 20 feet tall, she's alien. Well, it's an alien. I should say she because that right there, but it's an alien. So it can change its height, you know, from normal like 5 foot to 20 feet tall. Stats. I mean, like, I've seen all this. I did change a little bit of it. The merfolk, alien, change height up to 20 feet tall. Merfolk abilities, water magic, breathe underwater. Water magic mastery is laughable. Outfit, a cathedral stained glass embedded in flesh, as you see right there. That honestly looks pretty damn cool. Outfit bonuses reflect light-based attacks, and I added it's more fire resistant. Weapon, necromancer rune blade. IQ is omniscient. Durability, the glass makes Dr. Groc very weak. One hit from anything can kill if the glass breaks on them. Speed, normal walking speed with superhuman stamina. Normal speed, strength. Fish out of water. Divine, something to call it divine mark, because that sounds really cool. And personality, comic relief, always do dark humor even if it's not funny. Sometimes it's cringe. Occupation, mortician. I didn't realize I have like 16 things going on for stats for this. So I do have the lore going on right here. Let's read the first paragraph. Yeah, let's just do the first paragraph. No, let's do this one. Let's just do this one. Armed with a necromancer rune blade etched in forbidden scripts that pulse with unholy light, Dr. Groc could jab the lifeless and summon them back as thralls. Puppets bound to their will, rising with vacant eyes and obedient limbs. Their intellect was omniscient, a vast repository. Like, I know what the word is, I just can't say it. The universal truths, glimpsing the weave of the fate itself. Yet the godlike knowledge clashed with their fragility. The embedded glass rendered them as brittle as a whisper in a storm. One solid strike could shatter their form, spilling iridescent ichor and ending their existence in the cascade of colored fragments. On land, they moved at a mortal plodding pace, sustained by superhuman stamina that allowed endless trudges without fatigue. Though their strength was laughable, flopping weakly like a beached fish when exertion called. In water, they swim was remarkable, a mundane glide through currents that belie their unworldly origins. Yeah, so that is the lore to this right here. And if you want to find it, I do have a website where I'm going to have all these. It's going to be in Arena. So once you click on Arena, I get characters on story. Story, you get chapter 1, chapter 2. Well, I'm about to start chapter 2. I just did chapter 1. For the story. Story creations, that's just going to take it to the YouTube and about all the spinning videos and stuff. Characters. So we got fighters. I only got 2 fighters. Arena staff. Lady Kathara was the bear crab. And then the capital staff is Dr. Groc. So that is how you would get to them. Alright. Let me go ahead and do chapter 2 real quick. Alright, so I just made chapter 2, Whispers of the Deaf. So basically, what it is Dr. Groc got the body of Thrain, and that is chapter 2. Every time I get a character, I'm going to add somewhere to it. So this chapter is a little bit darker, but I do have a little bit of dark humor inside of it. Don't worry about the stuff on the side, that's just me doing my stuff. Anyways, yeah. I already have it on my website, so come check it out.